So one of the most frustrating things for me is coming into work as a physical therapist and feeling like I'm not able to fix my own neck issues when they're bugging me. So last night was a tough night. I woke up this morning, my neck was painful, my neck was stiff. In fact, when it gets really bad, I have to actually hold the top of my head as I sit up from bed because of the pain at the base of my neck. The Neckslevel device is going to help me not just increase the strength and mobility, but actually change the physiology in my neck. We know that low intensity submaximal exercise will create a release of a chemical called a myokine. A myokine is an anti-inflammatory protein released by muscle contraction. The Neckslevel is designed to get those muscles working at submaximal levels to hopefully reduce the inflammation, improve the strength, the health, the mobility, and basically change the chemistry of the neck. Let's give it a shot. All right guys, so I'm gonna do an unboxing video. I have never used the Neckslevel, but I've watched all of their content on YouTube. The device was designed by a physical therapist. I'm super excited to get started. That's awesome. So Scott, the physical therapist who invented Neckslevel, actually wrote me a personalized message inside the box. It says, "Honored to be working with you." That's amazing. My hope is that I get a chance to meet Scott in person one of these days. But the device is extremely well packaged. Ooh, all right. Beautiful felt covering. All right, so we've got our carrying case right there. I'm actually going on vacation next week, so I plan to take the device with me. We've got instruction manuals with the different kinds of exercises that you can perform. Neckslevel does a great job. They have videos on their YouTube channel. I'm a huge YouTube fan, so of course, the first thing I did, I went to their YouTube channel to take a look at what they have available. All right, so the device comes preloaded with a yellow resistance band, but without the band, you have very smooth gliding action. You know, whenever we're talking about the neck is one of the most important parts of our body. And so I want it to be as comfortable, as safe. I want to protect the neck, protect the spine, protect the brain and its connection to the muscles. Something like this has to be a very high quality device, a precision device, and I think they did a great job. This is metal, aluminum on the bottom. We've got a nice cushion surface on top. We've got the head strap that increases the friction, so when I'm doing resisted exercises, this is gonna stick to this a whole lot better so my head doesn't slide on the device. I'll record videos of myself doing the exercises in a separate video, but the first thing I wanted to do was an unboxing. So overall, first impression, super high quality device, well worth the cost. I think the next thing to do is let's try it out. So before we get on the device, I always like to familiarize myself with what are the typical exercises that people are using this device for. Now the device comes with a user's manual, but it also has these cards. And on the cards, it's talking about rehab protocols, pain and stiffness release. There's a QR code that could be scanned that'll take you to the videos for demonstrations. And there's illustrated images letting me see how to do rotation stretch, resisted rotation, isometric chin tucks, and neck traction. The traction is one that I'm super excited to try out. I've got other videos on the channel where I'm a huge fan of cervical traction, but let's give this a shot. I told you in a previous video, I woke up, my neck was stiff today. I feel inflamed for whatever reason. Let's jump on the table and see what we can do from a range of motion perspective. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to position the device. I'm comfortable and I'm going to work on some rotation. When you think of the cervical spine, the way it's designed, rotation optimizes the spine for motion. Now, many of us, as we get older, I'm 49, will develop limitations in cervical rotation. As a 49-year-old man with degenerative changes in the cervical spine, I can tell you that the same way I wake up every morning, I brush my teeth, I take a shower, optimizing my cervical spine for mobility, especially into rotation, is probably one of the most important things I could do for general health, performance, and longevity. So if I want to assess cervical range of motion, one of the ways that I would do it is I would initiate with my nose or center of my skull pointed directly at the ceiling. I would initiate my rotation. I'm looking at getting my chin toward my shoulder. And then as I go back to center, I'll do the same thing in the opposite direction. And one of the things that I'm trying to judge is the symmetry. How far can I go to my right relative to how far can I go to my left? Do I feel any changes in pain? Do I feel any changes in stiffness? Both of those feel the same. Now, as I'm looking at side bending, one of the things that we do is we place the device at a 45-degree angle. You can find the angle that's right for you. But in this scenario now, again, I'm starting with my midline straight to the ceiling. I'm trying not to rotate and side bend. I'm trying to just side bend. I'm thinking of bringing my ear toward my shoulder. And the device just makes it almost frictionless so that I can get to that position smoothly. I feel a gentle stretch on my left side and gentle muscle contraction on my right side. And then I'm ready to switch. So I switch the orientation of the angle, find the center, and then I do the same thing on left side bend. There's a little bead right here that sits inside this little cavity. So I'm going to grab the yellow. The yellow is the lightest resistance. I'm going to place that on there. I probably don't need the neck strap or the head strap yet, but I'm going to go ahead and use it just to see what this is like. So I place the loop, place the strap through the loop. Oh, that feels good. So something like this just feels great. I can feel the sides of the device. Now from here, I'm going to work on right cervical rotation against gentle resistance. And what effectively is happening is I'm activating the musculature, which creates a physiologic change. It's not just about making the muscle work. It's about changing the chemistry in the cervical spine. Just like sometimes you hear people say, I've got inflammation. Inflammation is a chemical change. It's your immune system trying to heal damaged or diseased tissue. I can also create a chemical change with exercise. Exercise creates muscle contraction. It changes the physiology. I'm going to go to the opposite side now. This just feels awesome. It's such a smooth motion. One of the ones that I said I really wanted to try is the cervical traction. And so in order to perform that, I'm going to turn the device, make sure I'm not coming off the table. I'm going to slide down. So I'm going to load the device, rest it right at the occiput. And just close my eyes and relax. So I could feel a very gentle stretch, posterior cervical spine. I could just fall asleep right here, honestly. And what you'll find is that as you relax into it, you'll get a little more motion. Now, I like to utilize a strategy called contract relax, where basically what I do then is I pull into cervical extension, which tightens the posterior musculature so that when I go into cervical flexion, I can relax those muscles even a little bit more. You know, it's the middle of the day. We're actually on a lunch break right now in the clinic. We've got a full caseload coming in for the afternoon. So I'm going to stop the video and I'm just going to chill out with this cervical traction in place.